Are you thinking about making a podcast? If you are, I know you want to be able to make that podcast in a way that's easy and not complicated. And you want to be able to make that podcast in a way that it's not going to cost you an arm or a leg. Well, I have a solution for you. It's called Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast. Here's what you need to do. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started. Start your podcast today. Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, July the 16th, 2020. It is currently 7:48 p.m. Central Time. Now, here in just a minute, I'm going to tell you something that's currently on, something that I think you need to take some time and go check out. But before I can tell you what's on, I need to ask you a question. And this question is kind of philosophical. It's kind of deep. And I've been thinking about how to ask this question, so I may have to ask it in a number of different ways to really get the point across. But the reason I'm going to do this is this question directly relates to something that's currently on that I want you to check out. All right. This is all going to make sense. Just stay with me. All right. Here we go. Listen carefully. All right. Here we go. Can you truly love something if you have never lost it? Let me state it this way. Can you truly love someone if you have never lost that person? Let me state it a different way. Can you love something or someone before you have lost them? This is a very important concept. Can you truly love someone before you've lost them? Before you lose them? Do you have to lose something? Do you have to lose someone before you truly love them? Now, you may walk around saying, oh, I love you. I love this thing. But do you truly love it until you have lost it? Can you truly love something until you lose it? This is a very, very important question. Can you love something until you lose it? Can you love something before you lose it? Can you love something until you lose it? Very important concept. And I believe that concept is very important and a brand new song that I want you to check out. There's a brand new song that's currently streaming. I'm assuming on all music streaming services. I'm currently looking at it on Apple Music. The name of the song is Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Now, I know the title Funny, you're like, that's a kind of a deep question. Can I lose something before I've lost it? That's a deep question. How does that relate to a song called Funny? I mean, that seems to be kind of a contradiction. Oh, trust me, it's not. Again, the name of the song is Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. It's currently streaming on Apple Music, and I'm assuming on all music streaming services. I think a minute ago I said musical streaming service. On music streaming services, okay? All right, here we go. Let me read the lyrics to you, all right? Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Zedd, Z-E-D-D. I'm assuming most people know who he is. Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Funny. Here are the lyrics. The curtains are closed now, nothing to see, but a dozen dying roses at our feet. Your timing is perfect, ironic to me, showing up the moment that you shouldn't be. Last time I checked, you're the one that left. Last words you said that you couldn't care less. It's funny how you miss me more than you could ever love me. Now that's a powerful line. It's funny how you miss me more than you could ever love me. Now, obviously, you're getting the picture being described here. A relationship ended. Someone left, but they have shown back up, and it seems that this person seems to now miss this person that they left. This person, they told them, hey, I could care less. I could care less. But all of a sudden now they've shown back up. And this person is saying, hey, it's funny how you miss me more than you could ever love me. How come you miss me more than you loved me? Oh, I think this relates to my question. Let's continue. How you couldn't give me everything and now you want it from me. Yeah, it's funny how it's different now that I got somebody. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny how you, it's funny how you answer. Cause his lips seem both my hands are on his body. Yeah, it's funny how it's different now that I got somebody. You see, the relationship ended. The person's like, I could care less. I'm gone. And then all of a sudden they show back up and I miss you so much. Well, because they've lost it. And now that they've lost it, now they crave it. Now they desire it. Now, is it simply craving it? Is it simply lusting for it? Is it simply a desire for it? Or do they all of a sudden they realize, man, I actually did love that person. But when they said they loved them, they didn't understand it until they lost them. And once they lost them, no matter how you lose it, whether you're the one who causes it or they causes it, sometimes it's after the fact that all of a sudden we realize how much we loved it, how much now we need it, how much we can't live without it. Because his lips seem, and the way these lyrics, the reason it's kind of hard to read these is these lyrics are repeated because they use this kind of, well, you have to listen to do what they do to the vocals, this vocal effect. So it makes sense in the context of the song. It's kind of a dance pop kind of song, and the voice, the effects they put on the vocals make sense when you see how these lyrics are repeated. But because his lips seem, both my hands are on his body. Yeah, it's funny how it's different now that I got somebody. Yeah, it's funny. Sending a message through mutual friends, it's like I'm talking to you using them. You heard I was happy, and I heard you're not. I guess freedom didn't free you like you thought. Last time I checked, you're the one that left. Last word you said that you couldn't care less. It's funny how you miss me more than you could ever love me. How you couldn't give me everything, and now you want it from me. Yeah, it's funny how it's different now that I got somebody. Yeah, it's funny. And then basically it's repeating it. It's over and over and over. There's a large portion of this song is repetition, but that's understandable for the genre of music. And then it ends with these questions, or with this one question repeated how many times? 4 times. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Hey, you left. You didn't care. You could care less. You just went your own way. And then all of a sudden you show back up, and now you miss me more than you ever seem to have loved me. Now you can't live without me. Now you want everything from me. Well, why? Well, because after it ended, after you lose it, after you've lost it, then you realize how much you loved it. Isn't that tragic that you realize how much you love something after you lose it? Why does it take losing it to realize how much we loved it? Why does it take losing it to realize what we actually had? We're very bad at sometimes understanding and appreciating what is right in front of us. Relationship, it can be a job, it can be a situation in our life, it can just be the current life that we're living. We sometimes will show, we act like we have no appreciation for it. And then when it's gone, all of a sudden we miss it more than we ever loved it when we had it. All of a sudden we miss it more than we ever appreciated when we had it. That's crazy situation. And well, I guess it's kind of funny. I guess, is it funny? It's funny in an ironic way. It's funny in a sad way. It's funny like, well, who's laughing now? The thing you didn't appreciate, the person you didn't appreciate, the relationship you didn't appreciate, the situation you didn't appreciate, it's all gone. And then all of a sudden now you miss it more than you ever loved it. Well, now it just laughs at you because it's over. So what are you not appreciating today? What are you saying that you love, but you can't truly love it until you lose it? Now, obviously, we need to find a way to love it before we lose it. Obviously, we do. But is there something just wired into us that we say, oh, I love it. I say I love it, but we won't really know until we've lost it. And then we'll know how deep that love for it truly is. At that point, it may be way too late. And it may be then funny in a tragic way. Not funny in a hilarious way, but funny in a tragic way. Just something to think about. I would challenge you to go check out the song. And you can read the lyrics for yourself, especially on Apple Music. Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Currently on. This is what's on tonight. And I know New Music Night, in a couple hours, all the new music drops. But you may want to go ahead and get a start listening to new music right now. Funny by Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. And I could read some of those lyrics again, but go check it out. Find whatever music streaming service you use, Deezer, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. You go look for it. Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. The one I know it's definitely currently on is Apple Music, because that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I was reading the lyrics from. It's a great song. Oh, I wish I could play some of it for you. The vocal effects, I really like the vocal effects. And when it's an EDM pop song. So once the drop occurs, man, it's got a hook right there. That drop brings in a hook. It's fun, but it's a serious kind of message underneath those lyrics. Some could look at it like, I know some of you will look at the lyrics like, oh, it's just like, well, hey, you're lost, buddy. It's funny. Who's laughing now? But it raises a deeper philosophical question about, wait a minute. Can we love something before we lose it? Can we love something if we've never lost it? Can we truly love something if we've never seen it go? I think there's a deeper question there. Some may just look at it as, yeah, now you come back? Now you miss me? Okay, well, you miss me now more than you ever could love me. Well, forget you. And there is obviously an element of that in the song, but I just think there's a deeper question there that has to be considered. And I think we could all spend a little bit of time realizing how we've done that and not doing it anymore. Let's love it before we lose it. Let's love it without losing it. Let's appreciate it while we have it. That makes more sense. All right, that's what's currently on for this Thursday evening. I literally just listened to the song like a minute ago and then immediately grabbed the microphone and wanted to talk about it. So there you go. I apologize. I stumbled over the lyrics a little bit, but hey, that's okay. What happens is once you just heard the song and then you start reading the lyrics, like you almost kind of want to, you realize that trying to just read the lyrics the way they're written, you kind of have to break it up a little bit for it to make a little bit more sense in reading it, because sometimes the lyrics are used almost like a part of the music, and that doesn't really translate in just reading the lyrics. So I apologize. I probably should have thought about that before I did this, but I think you get the point. All right. Those questions are the real point here. All right. Go listen to it. Funny, Zedd. Make sure I get her name right. Don't want to say her name wrong because they're going to hear this podcast. Zedd and Jasmine Thompson. Funny. Go check it out. Everyone have a great night. Watch something, listen to something, and appreciate what you have. Love it now. Don't wait until you lose it. Everyone have a great night.